everywhere. Welcome to the WOD Brief for Tuesday, April 7th. Today is our push-pull day, and then we've got this an awesome little burner at the end of that and a little mobility challenge at the end. So let's get right into it. First of all, we're going to warm up by slowly doing 5 down dogs into cobra. Again, today we've got a lot of pressing going on, pushing and pulling. So what we want to do is start off by getting your upper body ready. So I'm going to just reach my hips up into the air. If you need to have your knees bent, that's okay. Kind of head through the window, imagining that I'm finishing off a strict press. And then I'm going to kind of either scoop my way through and stretch here, or maybe you don't have so much of a scoop. Maybe you just sort of lower yourself and press. Okay, but either way, we want this stretch, this press, and then we want to press this way as well. Pressing here, stretching out as much as you can. So we do 5 of those just to get the upper body moving, okay? Then while we're down here, we're gonna do 3 rounds of 5 knee push-ups. So I'm gonna put my knees on the ab mat, pick my feet up, and go all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. 5 of those, followed by everybody's favorite. Got lots of feedback last time. 5 reverse snow angels. So for this, we're just looking to make a snow angel like we would on the ground, outside in the snow on your back. But we're going to do it facing down. The idea here is just to pinch all those muscles in your upper back. Try to keep your hands off the ground. 5 of those, and those are coming back later. And then we're gonna do 10 good mornings. So with the good morning, all we're looking to do is keep the low back flat, stretch out the hamstrings. So that means you could just put your hands here, pinch your shoulder blades, reach back, squeeze your butt, and come up. If you are someone who is inflexible and you can only make it to here before your back starts to round, that's okay, just stay here. This is the priority. Squeeze your butt. If you're the opposite, and you're one of these people with no hamstrings, you can go all the way down. You might want to make it a little harder on your upper body by maybe doing your hands behind your head here. This is going to make your upper body want to kind of pull into this place, so you have to use all those muscles, those same reverse snow angel muscles, to pull yourself back and squeeze your butt. You don't need to go any further down than parallel. This is just to get warmed up, okay? So that's 3 rounds of 5 knee push-ups, 5 reverse snow angels, and 10 good mornings. After that, we're gonna get into part 1. So for part 1, this is our last day of doing the upper body cycle that we've been working on with the slow tempos. So we're gonna take 5 sets of anywhere between 1 rep and 10 reps of a push, and then you're going to do 5 sets of 1 to 10 reps of a pull. There are many, many options given your different fitness levels, your different equipment setups, your different spatial setups. So all we're saying is push and pull, okay? But I'm going to run down some options for you. The key here is that every rep of your day today has to have 4 seconds down to the bottom. Then press or pull. Right? So let's go over some pressing options. Probably the most popular one is the dumbbell strict press going overhead. I'm just going to run through all these options because if you want super in-depth, you can kick back to the videos from last week, okay? So we get our dumbbell up. I've got my elbow straight out in front of me. Am I under the ceiling? Yes. So we're going to do up, then 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice I'm coming all the way down. Press. 4, 3, 2, 1. The other thing I want you to notice, so my ribs stay down and I keep my body relatively balanced. So this is a good rep here. Watch my rib cage. Press, as opposed to press, which we get a surprising amount of, especially me, when we get into those deeper reps, right? So pressing up. You could also do dumbbell floor press, which is where you're going to mimic a dumbbell bench press on the ground. So it's a little shorter on the range of motion here, but it is a good press in this direction. Shoulder blades pinched. Press. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down on the floor. Press. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? You could also do, let's see, push-ups on your knees or on your toes. Again, looking for that same tempo. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm down. I'm all the way down. Press. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Push up. Or you could obviously do that as well with the knee push-ups like we did in the warm-up. We're looking for just slow tempo down. There are other pressing options you could choose as well. That's just kind of the basic handful. Let's move over to the more difficult part to do at home, which is the pulling. I realize we're all getting bored of the same pulling options. It's just something we're gonna have to deal with. I'm also bored of my pulling options, and I have suitcases and have stuff all over the place. So here we go, we're gonna rattle through them. Most popular one, bent over dumbbell row. So single arm, I'm gonna get into that good morning position. That's why we wanted to warm it up today. And I'm gonna pull up to the top and then down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to be fancy with it, you can get into a little lunge position with that. That's a way to make it fun. You could also support yourself on the couch or on a table. 4, 3, 2, 1. You could also, depending on the object that you have, you could even use both hands just to mix things up. Up. 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's your lateral dumbbell row. All right. You could also do this with a resistance band. A lot of people grab the resistance bands from the gym. So last week, I think I covered the one where I anchored it under the couch, but I just wanted to switch it up, show you that you can also do it with your feet on the band. And you're gonna bend over into that hinge position. For this one, I'm using both hands right now. So I'm gonna go down here, get some tension on it, and then pull. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull. 4, 3, 2, 1. You could also make it a little harder by doubling up the band in one hand, keeping the same stance. This would make the resistance a lot more on the arm. 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's a way to kind of double the weight that you're using. If you have one side of the band in each hand and that's too easy for you, try to double it up this way, okay? You can also go the upright row. Again, last week I covered that from the couch, anchored to the couch, but you could do it as well with your feet, pulling up, slow down, keep your shoulders locked in, up, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you've got the most creative and the most dangerous version here, but I've seen it happen in the Facebook group, so I'm going to try it. Welcome to our COVID-19 mask making factory right here, making some masks for everybody. So I'm going to get under my kitchen table and I'm going to do bodyweight rows. Now, as you can probably see under here, because it's hard wood, it's a little slick for me. So I'm not going to try to keep my legs long because otherwise I'll just slide. I'm actually going to get my feet flat and kind of pike my hips up just a touch. So I'm here. Pull up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have a table in the space where you can do that, it is really effective. I think the gamble there is just whether or not your table's going to hold up. So we have an obnoxiously heavy table, so I know that I can do that. But maybe if you have a place to do maybe some kind of ring row, bodyweight row, or pull-ups, a lot of you have pull-up bars, this is a great opportunity to do that for your pulling, okay? So let's move on to part 2. This is an interesting one. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set the clock for 15 minutes. So everybody's gonna work for 15 minutes, no matter what. If you're not done with your rounds at 15, you're cut off, you're done. That was plenty of work. If you do get done, you get a little bonus pump sesh. So 15 minutes on the clock. we're gonna do 4 rounds of 20 ground to overhead. I'll cover that in a moment. You can use any object for that. 1 minute in a plank, but only supporting yourself with one arm. Oh. And then 20 reverse snow angels. So that's your round, okay? The 20 ground to overhead is going to be, let's see, I would use probably a dumbbell for this. Keep in mind we will have a lot of dumbbell snatches or odd object snatches later in the week. So if you're looking to avoid doubling that up, we can do a clean and jerk. So from here, I'm gonna take my dumbbell, I'm gonna bring it down to the ground, then I'm gonna pop it up and put it overhead. That's it, ground to overhead. So I come down, depending on if you're in your house, you don't have to actually get to the ground. I don't want anybody to crack their floor. Up and overhead. Up and overhead, okay? If you want to go with the dumbbell snatch, you can pop it overhead in one motion. So I go from down all the way up in one motion. Ground to overhead in any variation that suits you with the dumbbell. You can also use, I don't have one of these, but I'm going to mimic it with my ab mat here. But a lot of people grab bumper plates. So with the bumper plate, you can just reach it down, touch, put it overhead. Touch, overhead. Ground to overhead. You could use a wall ball. Same thing. Ground, overhead. Ground, overhead. Ground to overhead. Or any heavy odd object that you could find. This is my bag of books from week 1. So I'm probably going to rev that up a little bit so it's a little tighter. Ground, overhead. Ground, overhead. So any ground to overhead will do. Ask your coach if none of that applies to you, but I'm sure we can find something. Then 1 minute in a single arm plank. Now I'm going to say you can't spend less than 10 seconds on a single arm. So for 1 minute, you're going to try to accumulate a plank. You can, every 10, 20, 30 seconds, switch to the other hand, but I don't want people going, look, single arm plank, single arm plank, single arm plank, single arm plank. I want you to actually have to hold for a substantial amount of time. So at least 10 seconds, maybe 30 and 30, okay? And then 20 of those snow angels. So you gotta do 4 rounds of that. If there's any time left, you get some bonus pump sesh, which is max reps of a dumbbell bicep curl to Arnold press. The Arnold press is just making sure your hand is facing you here, and then as you press up, you're gonna spin it out, almost like throwing a punch. Then you bring it back and down, up, twist, twist, down. So for whatever time is left on the clock, you can just get your arm pump as much as you want. Switch whenever you want. You could do a whole bunch on one arm. You could alternate every arm. If you have 2 dumbbells or whatever object you're using, you could do them both at the same time. I only have 1, so that's the way I'll do it. But that is the workout for the day. Now our little mobility challenge here is, especially if you take the class with the coach on Zoom today, we're gonna set the clock for 5 minutes. And the goal here is to hang out at the bottom of the squat for as much of that 5 minutes as you can. For folks who don't have a lot of mobility issues, I think 5 minutes is doable. I think it's gonna burn a little bit, but I think it's doable. However, if you are someone who really struggles with the bottom of the squat, you're gonna wanna give yourself a little bit of assistance with something here, something to hold on to, maybe even a low target. Trying to keep yourself lifted and up in a good squat position, not just hanging out. This doesn't count. Being in a squat. All right? You can even go down to that yoga block, something like that. But we're going to try to accumulate as much time as you can in the bottom of the squat in a 5-minute window. All right. Reminder that we are changing the class schedule this week to try to accommodate some folks who are still working until 5 o'clock. So we will have classes at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Zoom, not what we did last week. 6 p.m. is the time for the evening class. So I hope to see you at one of those two classes, and if not, hit me up with any questions or anything like that that you might have. Have fun.